So I'm just starting to hike out of Hongon now. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and there's a few interesting things about today that I want to tell you. So first is Mathilde has started her hike. So I'm going to be hiking with Mathilde for the rest of the Great Himalaya Trail for the rest of 4 months, and she's meeting me in Makalu Base Camp. So she is at the moment in Num. She arrived in Kathmandu a few days ago, and she's made her way over to Num, and she will be hiking from Num. Num's about 50 k's south of here, so she'll be hiking northwest for the next 4 days, and I'll be hiking west for the next 4 days, and with a bit of luck we'll arrive approximately the same time at Makalu Base Camp, which is great. Second important piece of information about today is that it is the start of a bit I've been dreading since I really started planning this. It's basically the way I've been navigating more or less so far has been using Maps.me, the Maps.me app, which has really good kind of sat-nav style routing along footpaths, but it only can route along the footpaths that it kind of knows about, and up until now it's known about all the footpaths, and they've been absolutely bang on. You know, I've been hiking, if I'm off the footpath on Maps.me, so it's been really good. I've felt pretty safe as long as there's footpaths on Maps.me, but the next 3 days the footpaths just about disappear from Maps.me, so all I've got really is the descriptions from the guidebook, the paper maps, and my line on the GPS, which I've basically traced off of the paper maps. So I'm very worried. I mean, obviously the reason that the footpaths on Maps.me is that this is a more remote area. The footpaths are not well traveled, and they may not even be there. There's sort of doom and uncertainty in the guidebooks, in the guidebooks saying that there's river crossings without bridges, and yeah, I'm worried about the next 3 days. So yeah, I'm going to go up there and have a look and see what's up there and deal with it. Well, I've just come across this slab of rock, which I was just thinking would be a great place to shelter from the rain. And just as I arrived here, it starts raining. Or I can see some hailstones bouncing around, so it's kind of half rain, half hail. But I'm just going to give it 5 minutes here just to see if it turns into a torrential downpour or whether it blows over. Well, this covering of old snow is making my progress pretty slow. Where I can hop from rock to rock, I do, but I kind of want to follow where I think the path is going, and sometimes that means kicking steps in this stuff. Thankfully it doesn't really have much of a crust, so I'm not really post-holing as much, but it's on a gradient such that if I was to slip it would be a very bad experience. So I'm having to take extreme care. So we're going up this way. This is the sort of path that we're aiming at, and over there is the lake where I'm going to be camping. So yeah, this is going to take another couple of hours at least, I'm sure. I've got another like 300 meters of vertical to go. Well, the mist has cleared and I found myself with my first good look at the lake. The day is far from over. I've got to get to this campsite. Not that any campsite is going to be any good. It's going to be covered in snow, but I think I've got to traverse all along here and then up here, and then maybe, I think the campsite is kind of around there. It should be a bit more sheltered over there. Well, it looks like this is the campsite. Feels very much like I'm on a lake. Before I pitch my tent, I think I'm gonna investigate those big cracks over there. But it's relatively flat, relatively sheltered, and the snow is pretty hard. Feel confident putting my pegs in here. Yeah, I think I'm going to set up the tent here. Well, day 2 of snow camping, and this is a lot more satisfying than the last time. It's not cold, it's 2 degrees. Snow is pretty wet, but I think I think the pegs will hold. They go in really easily, but they're quite difficult to pull out. I mean, there's 0 wind at all in this little valley, so relatively happy. Shoes are drying, soaking wet. I put everything else hanging up. There's socks and things. Just going to get something to eat and get an early night and a really early morning, because tomorrow is another big one.